get to this topic, y'all. We got a little one-off video. This is just gonna be us. We gonna tackle certain topics. You gotta lean up forward a little bit. Yeah, you gotta stay right there. So it's gonna be a one-off. We're gonna discuss this topic that's been going on. I ain't seen nobody really talk about this one too much. Like it kind of this rule kind of just
not from this perspective.
Yeah, just flew under the radar. But NFL came out at least a month or two ago, stating that now every team is required to hire a minority offensive coach
or a female.
They queued a woman as a minority. So you have to hire at least one on your offensive coaching staff. The thing behind that was they said is coaches are more likely to get a head coaching job if you're an offensive coordinator coming from an offensive position than if you're coming from a defensive position. So they're trying to fix their problem with having 2/3 of your leagues being black players, but you only got 5 coaches that are black. Mm-hmm. So they think this is going to help with doing that. What do y'all think about it though? Like a team having to hire, you don't like it?
I don't like it.
What don't you like about it?
The forcing. I don't like the forcing because I don't like the forcing because that puts me in a situation where I don't believe you hiring that person is genuine. I don't think if you're just hiring somebody because you're forced to hire them, not hiring because their credentials specify that they should be hired, then I don't like it because then now because you hired them, I mean you're gonna put them in a position to win.
Well, they do got
a fair shot.
Right. They do got credentials too. By the way, before you go, you have to have I think coach college at least 2 or 3 years, something like that. So they even get that chance. You gotta they don't just pick anybody. You gotta.
What I mean is I'm saying not credentials. What I'm saying is, all right, you can have the qualifications, but that doesn't mean you like that person's qualifications for that job. But you're just hiring them because you have to hire somebody in that group, in the minority group, and put them in that position. Right. But like I said, once you give them that position, you may not put them in a position to win to where. You put them in a position where it looks like they're not good at their job, or they not performing the way they need to perform.
Give you a reason, be like, see, this why.
Right. You set yourself up for that. I don't like the force. I'd rather it be hired because you say, all right, that person deserves that job. Give them that job.
But that's how I've been going.
But see, this is the problem with people with the racist mindset. Like they will bite off their own nose, just. To keep another, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like keep the status quo.
Right. Just hire. I don't care what color you are. Hire the best person for the job. You know what I mean?
That's the dream world.
But see, the NFL always had this problem undercover. But I honestly don't even blame the owners. I blame the players because y'all have the ability to come together and say, look, we're not doing this and that until y'all start giving people a fair shot. But they don't come together like they do in the NBA or in the NBA.
It's a lot less players.
No, I'm talking about still it don't matter. You know how many minority players in the league? I'm just saying.
Yeah, you know how many?
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot
too
less.
Many. It's hard to get that thousands of people.
But a lot of them are stars. That's what I'm saying. You come together and be like, look, if y'all need to start doing this and making these changes, you know what I mean, and hire the best player. I don't care what they color they are. But come together and do the right thing, then we ain't got this situation. But, you ain't got the situation with Kaepernick. You ain't got none of these situations.
But how do you weigh that, though, right? Like, so say if they feel like they did that and the person ended up being more white coaches. Like, you won't know that they do just to pick the best candidate.
That's the problem.
How would you know that was the better? Like, how would you weigh that?
You will start to see.
As a player, how would you know?
You will start to see some teams hire minority coaches or whoever, or women, or even women at that position. I'm not saying every team.
You said hire the best candidate no matter what color. As a player, how would you know that?
Players, I'm saying.
You don't know what coach going to be better.
Some players on the inside, you know who's a good coach and who's not. We may not know, but you know in that circle who's good at what they do. Even if it's a coach on your own team that you know that's going for the job, assistant coach on your own team is going.
I don't know about that, man.
Right, but here's the contrast to that. You saying hire the best person for the best job for the best position. All right. You have a minority here, right? We got a minority here. Both of them got the same credentials. Who do you think is getting hired?
Well, they got the same. Of course, he's gonna go with those. He gonna go with who he feels like him, looks like him.
So basically, this is why I disagree with you when you're saying it's the players.
But it's always somebody better. It's always somebody. If you got a tie, it's always somebody better. Do you want to do the research? Whoever you got out there doing the hiring and scoping these coaches is out there. You got to do the research, or as the owner, you do the research.
But this is what I'm saying when you're talking about.
It's never. If it's two people the same. If I'm an owner, if it's two people the same, I'm looking for that next person that's over both of them. I don't want two people that's same.
I agree.
I'm going for the next person that's above both of them.
I agree.
And that's what you do.
I agree, but as the owner, I'm saying as the owner's going to take one position. The owner's going to take whatever he thinks is best for his team. Period.
But then he's not about winning.
What do you mean not about winning?
He's not about winning. If he got two
take the
people
best
that's the
position
same,
for his team.
I'm saying if he got two people that's the same, and he's gonna go for the guy that he feels that looks like him, he's not about winning.
I didn't say for him. I said the owner's going to go for the best situation for his team.
Right, the best situation is hiring the best person for the job. And if you got two people that are the same, then I'm going for the next person that's better than both of them.
Better than both of them.
Yes.
The issue
That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying both of y'all say though, like, even if you hiring the best person for the job, it's all about circumstance. You can be the best coach of all time. If you don't got the pieces around you, you're going to have a bad season. And there is no, he was a good coach, let's hire him, and the results going to play out that way. In the NFL, it don't work like that. For example, Houston hired a black guy named David Culley. He got fired after 1 year. They went 4 for 15. What happened in that year? Deshaun Watson was suspended the whole season. Yep. They lost J.J. Watt. They lost all their best players.
That goes back to what he said. They put him in a position to fail anyway.
That's what I'm saying. So even
they didn't want him.
So even if you position like hiring the best candidate, don't matter. Coach, it don't matter when you coaching. Like the team got to be built a certain way for you to have any type of success. So that's what you're looking at now. So even if a player's like, yo, he's a great coach, let's hire him. That don't mean he wants to. But you good.
Still, I'm just saying, when I'm coming to an interview. I'm coming to you with wherever my game plan is, what changes.
That's what you're supposed to come with.
Right, need to made. I'm having a whole layout of this is what we need to do. This is this and that. You know what I mean? I'm just not just coming to an interview and answering your questions. I'm telling you this is what I need to succeed.
Don't got that leverage.
Right, they don't come with that.
If I'm going for a job, I'm coming to you with what I got.
But then they come back.
Whether you hire me or not, I don't care. That's not me. That's not up to me.
Right.
But I'm still coming to you.
Oh, you should always
right. You should always
I
present.
Yeah, you should always.
That's all I'm saying.
They could be doing that, but that don't change nothing if they don't make the decision. So,
but then that's on them. Like I said, if you're about winning, you're gonna hire the best person. If their mindset is set to where they only want to hire somebody that looks like them, you can't change that.
You go from the owner mindset. You got to go from the coach that's trying to get the job. Like sometimes these black coaches are forced to take uncomfortable positions with bad teams just to get a shot.
Right, to get a
and
shot.
They don't get put around the best scenarios.
And you got to do what you can as that position to get the players and the guys to win. Some coaches can do it and some can't.
How?
I'm not saying.
It's the NFL.
Some people have that ability to galvanize the troops. No matter what level they are, to reach a certain level.
Nobody did.
I know. I'm just saying to reach a certain level. I said that.
But talent comes to drafting right, trading right.
But I'm saying if you're gonna get 1 year, of course you are already in a position to fail.
I'll give you a scenario. You get hired. Mm-hmm. You got 1 year. You got hired. You on whatever year they give you, right? You got no control of what type of players they are going to bring in from that draft, from the trade, or for whatever. They're going to give you a bunch of players or whatever's there, and whatever they bring in, say, make that work.
Well, it's like this. If you telling me this from day one, it's up to me either if I want to take the job or I'm not going to take the job.
No, you took it already.
You took it.
No, I'm going to find all that out before I take it.
Okay.
You're supposed to find all that out before you take it.
And then you take that stance of saying, all right, because I can't have XYZ control, no, I don't want this job.
I'm going to stay where I'm at.
You don't have a job.
If you don't have a job, then so be it. Why are you going to take a job? Look, I'm under the faith that I wait for what's best. God got best. Wait for him.
I understand that.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Me, if I don't feel comfortable with the job or what you present me, or you put me in an unfair situation, either I'm gonna be a man and be like, you know what? I know you put me in an unfair situation, but I'm gonna prove you wrong. If not, I'm gonna be like, you know what? I might take in this because you already set me up to fail. It depends on your mindset.
Exactly.
Either you're gonna prove them wrong, or you're not going to take the job.
Right, but and it's both sides of that, right? You try to prove them wrong, and you get screwed, and now nobody wants you. Because now they see you went 4 for 15. Nobody cared about what was put around you. Now you're screwed.
What circumstances.
And then you say, no, I don't want to
fight.
Oh, you have to keep fighting, but you're fighting an uphill battle because it's always, first of all,
we always, being black, you're always in an uphill battle, man.
True.
You know what I mean? No matter what, you're always in an uphill battle. So, to me, it's not nothing. You know what I mean? To me, it's
you're not. These black coaches aren't in a privileged situation. So you turn down that one job, that might be your only chance to get an interview. So you either bet on yourself, and
you have to bet on yourself.
You always got to bet on yourself.
Right? You either bet on yourself to take the job, or you say no, and then now the next 5 years, no other.
It depends on how you, like I said, it depends on if you got to wait 5, 10. It depends on how you feel.
So getting back to the question at hand, you like the idea of them?
I said I don't agree with it.
Okay.
I said I don't agree with them forcing them to do, to hire that because, like you said, it's in a position to fail. But if I am hired, I'm gonna do my best to prove you wrong.
Well, you got no choice.
If I take the job,
right? You got no choice.
If I take the job, I'm gonna do my best to prove you wrong.
So question.
Or I have the option not to. All right,
question for you. So, if you don't like it, them having to force it, do you think owners act in good faith when hiring black or coaches, minority?
No, all of them, no.
No.
Okay, so it's only 5, right? So if you don't like the rule, then how are these black coaches, going to ever get a chance? There's no other way for them to get a chance.
That's why I said I put all it on the players because they don't stand up. The players, and the NFL players, black players, do not stand up. You know what I mean? They do not stand up to me.
Okay,
that's a slippery slope, man. Like what? Like you just want to hire somebody black, y'all? Like hire somebody black on out? Like what? How do you really stop? What do you do as a player? Y'all band together, say hire somebody black.
No, no, we don't play.
Hire somebody back and we don't play?
No, y'all start hiring the best people for the job.
How would you know that?
Then if you want to put it like that, then hire somebody black. If you want to say hire somebody black,
you gotta say hire somebody black. But the problem with that is what they keep talking about as far as the NFL. Like you can pull that off in the NBA because only a certain number of players and only a certain number of teams have stars, and the rest is role players. With the NFL, you got too many players to where you would have to get a whole league. And I don't mean just the black players. You got to get the whole league of all
like
players
50 on one team
to do that, right? Because if you just get all the you take all the black players off the team, and that's 30 players. You got a 50-player team, that's 30 players. You still got 20 players still in that squad that's ready to play. You don't think that the organization was like, all right, let me just go hire another 30-some players.
But if all the black players stay together, because a lot of the players are black athletes. You know what I mean? You might have a lot of them are black athletes.
So let's go with what's like. Was tangible, right? Because I feel like, sad to say, but saying that is like saying if people would just stop being racist, the world would be a better place. Like we know
they ain't gonna happen,
right? So the same thing with that. Every black man ain't gonna band together and do that. We already seen that.
That's the problem.
We've seen that. So what can we do? Like what can you see a tangible, like something that could realistically happen, where a rule like this would have to be in place, but it's like.
That's what I'm saying. I get why the rule is in play. I just don't like it because I don't believe that the hiring that you're going to be doing is going to be genuine. You're going to set more people up to fail than succeed. Then you got to ask yourself, all right, is this putting a owner? See, because what happens got to be changed is the owners. It's not the positions of being an offensive coach or being the owner's situation got to be changed.
See, they ain't going to change because a lot of them pass it on to their kids or whoever, and they raise the kids to have the same mindset that they do. You know what I mean?
I agree.
They got.
But that's why this is nothing more than another freaking Band-Aid to me because that's where the change has got to be. The change got to be with the owner. It doesn't got to be with the being able to be hired into a coaching position or a position of any type of whatever. Case may be. The owners got to change to where the point to where they're going to let a black person be a owner,
minority period. Let's not focus on black people.
Well, minority.
All minorities.
Right,
all minorities. Women got to get a chance. Anybody like. They gotta open that up because I think I seen something where they just hired like a couple women, like it's like on like 2 or 3 as far as positions in the NFL.
Right.
They said the first woman just got her first interview for a GM.
The GM
the first time that happened, the NFL is very far.
And it's also
they really encourage every team needs to have a minority person on to fulfill the policy or do a certain amount of interviews. Like. Each team needs to have. If you already have one, you already fulfilled the policy. You don't need to hire another one.
Right.
But you have to have one.
Right.
You have to have
What's that rule? What's that rule that John?
You're talking about the Rooney rule.
Yeah, the Rooney
rule.
So,
and if you don't have one, you have to perform a certain number of interviews.
You got.
That's what I'm saying. That's the part I don't like because that means I can just give you a token interview.
Well, that's what they've been doing.
But before, but they didn't have to. Now they just saying, all right, we gotta give you an interview. All right, I'll give you 5 minutes to explain to me why I should hire you.
It probably ain't going to change until you get an owner with a different, 1 or 2 owners with different mindset, and also a commissioner, like the NBA commissioner. He's more open minded.
I can't blame the commissioner because the NFL commissioner has been the one that's been trying to encourage all this from the start.
Is he?
He's doing better than the last one.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. The NBA commissioner is like, he's more open minded and with things and letting the players, have a freedom of speech. To where the
Right.
NFL is all about the shield.
Well,
They all about the
Well, the
shield.
NFL, each team operates as its own entity.
Yeah, but
Right.
it's still
It's
all
the
about the
NBA.
shield.
but the
Bro,
difference,
I'm saying,
but
though,
the difference,
right.
Like, even going down to the protests, I mean, the kneeling. Jerry Jones was like, if y'all kneel, y'all off my team. Every team didn't have that stance, but each team operates
Right,
on
'cause they
their
all
own.
about-
but
right.
you got
So
to
they
remember,
know,
the difference between the NBA commissioner and the NFL commissioner. The NFL commissioner gets his money from them owners.
Right, I know.
That's how
what
he's
I'm saying.
paid.
Yeah,
I know.
Right, so
I know.
technically he's not they boss. They
Yeah,
his boss.
Yeah.
So technically he only can do
I know.
he's strapped. He only can
Yeah,
do but so much.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. That's what I'm saying. He's doing as far as I'm concerned, I don't hold the commissioner too high because he's doing the best he can do with the power that he has.
Right, but you always need a voice of reason. You know what I mean? Try.
It's going to be tough with that rule because, I would like to see, I'm like the person that, like, if I'm going to criticize something, I'm going to at least come up with my own solution. At least
Right.
something.
Right.
And I really don't got one for this scenario. I think the direction, you got to start somewhere. And
I mean, you got to start somewhere.
so I want to see how it works first. Give it a 2-year trial. See what happens. And then go from there. But these people do need to get a shot. I mean,
They do.
We got to give them a
A
shot.
fair shot.
A
Fair
fair
That's the
shot.
thing.
That's the difference. I
That's
want a
the
fair
thing.
shot. I don't want you just giving me a shot.
1 year is not a fair shot.
Or just giving me a token opportunity
2
to
years,
state my
1
case.
year.
Yeah, that's
Well,
not a fair
I feel
shot.
like it's levels, right? Like you got to get a shot, then next comes the fair shot, and then so on. Like you're not gonna get both at the same time. Like you gotta win each war. And that's now. So hopefully those people that take a chance on themselves to get the job, if they succeed, and enough of them do it, hopefully that opens eyes to everybody else, right? It was the same with black quarterbacks. They didn't think you could be, they weren't high on black quarterbacks, but black quarterbacks kept excelling, and then it's like, all right,
Right.
let's get black quarterbacks because they've shown they can do this, So now they're trying to shake off the stigma of being a running quarterback. Like I can pass too. Certain things in the NFL you're just gonna have to keep knocking down that barrier on, and this is where you're going to start with this issue. But hopefully each minority does get a chance to show what they can do. I mean, we only got 5 right now. Like
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
That's not
only got
enough.
5.
That's not enough.
And how many of them really kept their jobs for a while? Mike Tomlin been there for a while. Ron Rivera been around for a while. So
So that's one owner who sticks, like the Pittsburgh owner.
Yeah, he's
he always-
he's always been a good owner.
right?
Yeah.
But he ain't gonna give it that
And
ownership.
he don't give in enough.
He ain't gonna give it that ownership like a
Yeah.
minority.
He like wait till you want to retire.
But I'm saying he may do all that. Do you really think if it came down to time and say, "Yo, I want to come up to the ownership conversation. How I get up there? You think you
Well,
really
that's
gonna-"
different.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a different game.
But that's
I'm
where I
just
need
saying,
the movement at.
He gave him a fair shot, and when people call for him to get fired,
Oh, I know. He's still rock with it. He's still rock with
and,
it. Yeah.
and y'all brought up the NBA, but let's not forget, Mark Jackson been blackballed in the NBA. No player in the NBA can even fix that. So just because you support and throw it behind it, the owner
Well,
still
he
decides.
also got to come down a level too.
I'm just saying though, no, every player said this is wrong. He deserves a job.
Yeah.
He has still never got one.
But he wants a certain amount of money that, personally, I don't think he deserved. He got to wait. You know what I mean?
But do we know that? We know reports. Did he say I want this?
I'm sure-
That much money from, but if I feel like I could earn, I feel like that's what I earn or that's what I deserve. Yeah, I'm betting on myself. Either you gonna bet with me or you're not.
Right, I signed a 1 year deal. Be like, I'll
not
prove
fair
you
for
wrong.
coach.
Yeah,
But-
that's not
no,
fair
I'm
for
just saying I
coach.
prove you wrong. Then just I want the following year.
But you saying from a privileged position. He not in that position to be like, all right, this is what I want.
He already
No,
has
I'm
a-
saying
he already has
maybe
a
the
body
same
of work.
amount I'm getting as an announcer, or if not a little more, if more. And 1 year, and if I lead my team to a certain blah 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 whatever
But you're,
incentives y'all got in there,
saying it like he has to
then-
prove himself.
What? He ain't coaching how many years now? You think just because he ain't coaching how many years that he can step in and just gonna be successful? Come on now.
Well, you got to. Well, people get paid off for what they done. So
Yeah, but it's been too many years now.
that's because they didn't give him a chance.
As a black person, I'm not paying you a million super amount of millions
So if you would have,
for you to step
if
in.
you were one of the best coaches
Just
in the
because
league,
you took this team to the playoffs. What? You know what I mean?
all right. So I say this thing because I think your stance gonna change. If you were black, if you were say if you the top of your position, one of the top 5 coaches in the league, you get blackballed for 4 years. You gonna prove yourself again? Like you gonna be like, because I was out for it. They blackballed him. Like he didn't do nothing wrong. Like they took him out. You can't make him start from square one. Like he did something wrong. Like the higher powers.
He
did
didn't
that to
lose
him.
when he got kicked
The
out.
higher powers did
They
that
just
to
said
him.
it.
You can't.
If whatever
You
punish him for what
if
they
it's
did to
whatever
him.
he did didn't agree with the owners, then that's up to that's between him and the owner.
I know, but you punishing him for what they did to him. Like you,
But I'm just talking about as of now. You've been out too long. I'm not going about what you did years ago. Is all I'm saying. as
That's
an
what
owner.
blackball mean, though. I can't get
No,
back
but
in.
he was gone too many years. People offered him jobs, but he wanted a
But
certain
what did
amount
they
of
offer?
money.
You
He
don't
wanted
know
a
that,
certain
man.
amount of
Why-
money. I'm just going by. They saying people ordered a certain amount of money that he wasn't willing to accept.
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
know? Do you know if he was getting lowball?
I don't know.
That's what
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
telling you though. I'm just saying he was earning some
So we
money.
can't even bring that
But he
point
could
up.
have, if he wanted to take it and be like, "Look, I'm gonna sign one deal, but this is this circumstances, blah blah blah." I mean, if I prove you wrong, then this is what you got to pay me.
Man, that ain't that.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
That'd be screwing
I
us
should
so
have-
much
right,
now,
right,
man.
right.
That's what be
I should-
sending
If
us
he's
back
been
now.
out a certain amount of years,
Yeah,
I'm just
they
saying.
can't lean back.
I'm not paying him.
Nah.
I'm not paying him
I-
all this amount of money.
He already has a body of work. He shouldn't have to start from scratch again.
I'm not
Yeah,
paying him
man.
a certain
I
amount
ain't
of
starting
money.
off from scratch, man.
After all these years of being
Well,
out
when
coaching.
you got coaches who ain't never coached walking in with money and they ain't got to start from scratch.
I'm not paying him a certain amount of money.
That's your decision with the situation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
I don't know about that.
I hope to never get blackballed, man. He gonna want me to start from scratch.
That's right. If you've been out 5 years, you start from scratch, buddy.
Yeah, but
It's a different league.
I
Then he
don't know.
want you to take lower money. Dang, man.
Yeah.
You sound like the owner.
I don't care what color you are.
You haven't noticed he been talking from an owner stance the
Yeah,
entire
he sound like the
conversation.
Yeah, I don't care what color you are.
So yeah, but getting back to that rule, hopefully it does open up some doors for some people and give some people some opportunity, for them to actually prove change the narrative around everything.
Yeah.
You need a
more doors can be open.
you need a LeBron in the NFL. You ain't got
It won't be
LeBron.
enough. It's too many. I keep saying it's too many players.
If he's the best player, if he's the Brady of the league,
That
We don't
won't
have-
work,
we don't-
y'all. Bron wanted Ty Lue and he couldn't get him. It don't work like
he
that,
ain't the
man.
Brady of the league.
Even being a Brady of the league.
Yeah,
is
it
not
don't
enough.
work like that.
It's not enough.
It don't work.
It's a different monster with the NFL.
Yeah.
You got to have a huge camaraderie. The only way for
He
that.
can
to work.
galvanize the troops. I got faith.
I'm glad you do.
I got faith.
'Cause that's
Who
He,
galvanized
he could
the
be.
You think if there was a LeBron in the NFL, they would be able
He
to galvanize
galvanized
the
the
NFL.
truth.
couldn't even
He
do
could
it
be
in the
LeBron
NBA.
and then excel. He did for a while. Come on, don't act like he ain't hold it down for a while. He
No,
changed a lot of stuff.
No, but like even I'm not even going to go on LeBron, but like certain things, like if you're trying to push a narrative with Bron, sometimes y'all pick and choose what happens. There's a lot of things Bron don't get, but we only focus on what he do get. LeBron wanted Ty Lue. They lowballed Ty Lue and gave him Vogel. He ain't want Vogel. So LeBron, just because you LeBron don't mean you could just get whatever you want, no matter what you galvanize. That it don't work like that.
Well, that's his fault because he went to the Lakers. You know what I mean?
Right,
He
but
went
if
to the
you're
Lakers.
saying somebody run the league, it don't matter where they
But
go.
still, Lakers is
Now it's asterisks on it.
Now,
Y'all
yeah,
talk-
that's-
y'all talking
Lakers up
ran the
here.
league.
Right,
That's Lakers up here.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all-
They already they up here. You
That's
know
what I'm
what I mean?
saying. But you talk about NFL. So take that to the NFL when you got multiple Lakers.
Yeah.
You ain't got multiple Lakers. in
Yes,
the
you
NFL.
do.
No, you don't.
How many teams you think you got like that?
No, it ain't who.
Dallas is number one easily.
No, Dallas has been off the map for years, man.
Did he not know what Dallas?
Dallas been off the map.
Dallas
for years.
is the Lakers of the
NFL.
thing.
They think they are.
No, I'm talking about where like even when they
The
lose, they get
organization.
all the media coverage.
Right, the
all
organization. I'm
all-
not talking about the team, like
Yeah.
the status quo of the team. Dallas is still America's football
Yeah.
team.
I got faith in one. I got faith in one person who can always galvanize the truth. I always believe in.
in the
One
NFL.
leader. Yes,
No.
it's always.
Man,
it's
they
always
get that guy kicked out the league. Kaepernick tried to do it.
So, he wasn't a star. Kaepernick wasn't no star. He tried to. He wasn't no star.
He was
I'm
a
talking
good
about
quarterback. He
the
was a-
best player in the league. I'm talking about a Brady of the league. I'm not talking about just a regular guy. I'm talking about the best player in the league.
No one player runs the NFL.
That's like, do
never
you-
been
like,
like
do you
that.
We ain't never. We need. I'm talking about the best. Brady was considered.
He never
the best
ran the
player.
league. He did not run the league.
But he.
Brady
wasn't-
Goodell tried to get him
Brady-
kicked out. You remember deflated football?
But Brady wasn't not trying to change nothing. I'm talking about a black player. I'm talking about.
But
the
you're
best
saying
player.
face the lead. NFL has never had one.
Yeah, they
player
never
face
had
the
one.
Because we ain't never get to that point yet. It will
you
be.
mean?
Trust me. Just give it time. It will be. Trust me.
No,
You think one player in that field
Yeah.
with all these players out for where you could be a superstar at any position?
Yeah.
You ain't. It's not just one
It's
position.
got to be a quarterback, a black quarterback.
not
Not one.
I strongly
Not,
disagree with that.
not one. Not
I
one.
don't know.
Not one that runs. I'm talking about one that can do it all. But he got to win Super Bowls. I'm not saying he's just gonna come in and boom. He
I
got to
know,
have.
I know what you're saying,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I still don't see it because it's too many. It's too many.
NFL,
variables.
telling you.
yeah,
Too
NFL
many
ain't no player
variables.
league, man.
It
They
will.
ain't gonna
I
have
got
it.
faith.
Listen, I hope you're right because
got
if you're
faith.
right, that will change the narrative.
Yeah,
but
I got faith. Trust me.
that
haven't
hopefully
seen
we'll have
anything
to
close
see.
to it.
Right, we haven't seen it.
Close.
I think we touched this topic enough.
I mean, we can go a lot more.
Yeah,
but
a lot more. Yeah,
Trust
but-
me, we can go a lot more.
Yeah, it's a
but-
one-off, man. So.